The shocking moment that changed Frank Nobilo's golf career forever came in 1998 at Lake Nona Golf Club in Florida. An errant tee shot struck him above his left eye, requiring 30 stitches to close the wound. The freak accident happened just 1 week after his marriage to Selena Syer. What should have been one of the happiest times in his life instead became the beginning of the end for his playing career. The New Zealander's journey from world-class golfer to controversial commentator tells a story of talent tested by misfortune, creating the critical voice we hear today. Born in Auckland, New Zealand on May 14, 1960, Frank Nobilo turned professional in 1979 after winning the New Zealand Amateur Championship the year before. Over the next 2 decades, he built an impressive international career, collecting 14 professional victories across the globe. He won 5 European Tour titles, 2 on the PGA Tour of Australasia, and 1 significant win on the Asian Tour. Nobilo's game reached its peak in the mid-1990s. He posted strong finishes in all 4 major championships, including 4th place at the 1996 Masters Tournament, tied for 8th at the 1996 PGA Championship, tied for 9th at the 1994 U.S. Open, and tied for 10th at the 1997 Open Championship. His consistent performance pushed him into the top 50 of the official world golf rankings, reaching his highest position at number 21 in July 1997. His coach during much of his career, Dennis Pugh, described him as a beautiful swinger of the club, very sound technically, and a supreme ball striker. These skills helped Nobilo compete at the highest levels of the game. The decision to join the demanding PGA Tour full-time for the 1997 season proved smart. During his rookie year on the American circuit, he secured his only PGA Tour victory, winning the Greater Greensboro Chrysler Classic in a playoff against Brad Faxon. This win, along with his consistent play, confirmed his place among golf's elite players. His world ranking peaked that same year, validating his ability to compete and win at the highest level. Nobilo also represented the international team in the first 3 President's Cups in 1994, 1996, and 1998. In the 1998 event, he memorably holed a crucial 70-foot putt while playing alongside fellow New Zealander Greg Turner. His contributions to golf earned him recognition in his home country when he was appointed a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit in 1998. But 1998 brought both national honors and sudden injury. The accident at Lake Nona changed everything. Multiple accounts confirmed the eye injury significantly affected his play afterward. While the exact impact, whether involving depth perception, nerve damage, or psychological effects like flinching, isn't detailed in the reports, the consequences became clear in his performance. His official world golf ranking, which stood at number 26 at the end of 1997, fell sharply to number 60 by the end of 1998. His results in major championships reflected this decline, with missed cuts at the Masters, the Open Championship, and the PGA Championship that year. The eye injury clearly marked a turning point, starting a performance decline that would eventually end his career. What made matters worse, the eye injury wasn't Nobilo's only physical challenge. As early as 1997, he had been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. This diagnosis was later supplemented by inflammatory monoarthritis following a visit to the Mayo Clinic. He tried to manage these conditions with medication and play through the pain, but the physical toll kept mounting. Adding to his struggles, Nobilo suffered a debilitating lower back injury in 2002 involving 2 compressed discs. He underwent treatment, including being strapped into a special bed designed to stretch his back using traction. This provided some initial relief by opening a small gap between the discs, but the injury was severe enough to threaten his career. Nobilo expressed a strong dislike for surgery, stating he would rather retire, hang up my clubs, than undergo such a procedure. He was already thinking about alternative careers in golf course design or commentary. Some reports suggest a congenital condition where one leg is shorter than the other may have contributed to his chronic back problems. The combined effects of these injuries became increasingly obvious. His 2002 season was heavily impacted. Shooting pains down both legs forced him to end his season early. He finished 135th on the US PGA Tour money list, losing his full playing privileges since only the top 125 players kept their cards. His final event in the United States was at Disney in 2002, followed by an attempt to play the New Zealand Open in his hometown. Despite feeling relatively pain-free during practice, the physical demands of tournament play proved too much. He described feeling like a tin of rusty nuts and bolts with significant pain in his wrists, elbows, and shoulders, ultimately missing the cut. This combination of the lingering effects from the eye injury, chronic arthritis, and the acute back injury created an insurmountable physical barrier. Nobilo's retirement from professional golf in 2003 wasn't the result of a single incident, but rather the culmination of a multi-year struggle against a body breaking down under the strain of several serious overlapping conditions. Nobilo transitioned smoothly from player player to broadcaster immediately after retiring. He joined the Golf Channel, quickly establishing himself as both a studio analyst and a voice for live tournament coverage. He became a prominent member of the network's highly regarded Live from team, providing analysis during major championships. In 2015, he joined the broadcast team at CBS Sports, initially replacing Peter Oosterhuis. He became a full-time analyst for CBS's golf coverage in the 2020 season. As a commentator, Nobilo has developed a distinct style characterized by deep knowledge from his extensive playing career. He's often described as providing smart insight, combined with his strong golf resume, delivered in a pleasant voice. Colleagues and many viewers respect his analytical approach, which generally avoids reliance on gimmicks or excessive attempts at humor. However, Nobilo's commentary also draws strongly negative reactions from some viewers. This group perceives his analysis as overly critical, negative, or generally unpleasant. Criticism has emerged, particularly regarding golf video game commentary, where players felt his remarks were harsh even after good shots, with descriptions ranging from "always criticizes" to labeling him an asshat. This polarization seems to stem from his direct, unvarnished analytical approach. What some appreciate as honesty and depth, others interpret as negativity. His style often lacks the excessive praise common in sports broadcasting, possibly reflecting his own experiences and admitted frustrations as a player whose career was cut short by injury. He has acknowledged potentially being a frustrated player or analyst, which could explain his demanding critical perspective. Beyond analyzing individual shots in tournaments, Nobilo has become an outspoken commentator on broader issues facing professional golf. A primary concern he repeatedly voices revolves around the ever-increasing hitting distances in the elite game. He has described the resulting situation as a divorce between the professional game and the amateur game, a trend he considers extremely dangerous for the sport's overall health. Nobilo attributes this divide largely to modern equipment, which he argues produces unhealthy distance for top players while being designed for recreational golfers. This technological advancement has led to professionals vastly outdriving amateurs, fundamentally changing the relationship between the two levels of the game. He recalled playing in pro-ams where amateurs occasionally outdrove him, a situation now unthinkable as pros hit mid-irons past amateur drives. Interestingly, while lamenting this separation, Nobilo has stated he is not one for bifurcation, the implementation of different equipment rules for professionals and amateurs. He believes a core beauty of golf is that everyone should play the same game with the same equipment. This creates a tension in his viewpoint. He opposes formal rule separation, but acknowledges the current reality of a de facto separation driven by technology. Nobilo's critique extends to the architectural responses to increased distance. He has expressed dismay at modifications made to classic courses like the old course at St. Andrews. Andrews and Wentworth arguing that adding excessive length fundamentally changes their character. He contends such alterations erase historical comparability, making it impossible for current players to meaningfully compare their performance on these courses to past champions, because they are essentially not playing the same game or the same courses. Frank Nobilo's career represents a compelling story of talent, resilience, and transformation. Beginning as a highly skilled international player who reached the upper levels of the sport, his trajectory was altered by a series of injuries, notably the eye injury in 1998 followed by chronic conditions. Yet this end to his playing career marked the beginning of a successful second chapter in broadcasting, where his direct style continues to influence how golf is discussed. His voice, shaped by the experience of lost potential, remains an important part of the game today, even if his most memorable sporting moment wasn't lifting a trophy, but overcoming personal tragedy.